Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another. Oh, can you guys hear me? Hold on. I have to make sure I hear myself on my end because I can't hear sometimes because I have like mic or whatever. But hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm not gonna be on too long. I have a huge headache. I don't know why. I've been having like huge migraines for some reason. Somebody said it goes with your hair. Like if your hair gets super long, you have to cut it. My hair is long. It's to my butt. I should probably cut like a snip of it. And then someone else said maybe I need like a very good like head massage, like a head pop. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but no thanks. I'll just take my Tylenol in peace. But I don't think Nightbot's working right now. He was acting up. Let me see. Hold on. Can I put a comment? I don't think Nightbot's working. Yeah, I don't think Nightbot's working right now. It's okay. We don't really need leaks tonight. Okay, there it goes. Nightbot, what are you doing? Yeah, damn you, Nightbot. God damn it, Nightbot. Anyways, so tonight's live is just a ramble. We're gonna talk about some true crime cases. What else? This is a late night with Dez edition. Yeah, here's my Discord. If you guys want to join my Discord, you are more than welcome. My Discord is fun. It's amazing. I do have an update on the Alaskan plane crash. I think they said they identified the victims. I think it was two of them, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, snap. Now my mouse froze. You see, and I don't know why, but my computer is freezing a little bit. Hi, Sunnyside. Welcome. I hope you had a great Saturday. Sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking today's Friday. So, let's talk about the Alaskan plane crash. Am I talking on this end? Okay, yeah. So, hang on, let me move it a little bit into my screen because I can't see. So, it's was updated at 7:55. All 10 victims of the fatal Alaskan plane crash have been recovered. I did. I hope you have a great day too. Aw, that's good. I had a great day too. I ate. What did I do today? I did laundry. It was laundry day before the big game tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the game. I really want to watch this Ted Daniels and Karen Reed thing. She said it's supposed to happen after the Super Bowl. But yeah. So if you weren't here yesterday, we talked about the Alaskan plane crash. 3 victims were inside the plane, and the other 7 were either inside or under the plane, but they couldn't get access to them. But as of today, it's been said that all 10 victims have been recovered. So this is from CNN. All 10 victims of a regional airline flight has crashed off the coast of western Alaska have had been recovered, authorities said today on Saturday. All 10 individuals boarding the Berlin airplane have been officially brought home. The Nome Volunteer Fire Department said in a Facebook post Saturday night, Nome ASR efforts stand by our Bering Air crew to complete their aircraft recovery operations. The small commuter aircraft carrying 9 passengers and 1 pilot took off from Yuna on Thursday. I say Yuna because I can't say that name. Afternoon before disappearing, the plane was later found on Friday about 34 miles southeast of Nome. The flight intended destination, according to the U.S. Coast Guard's All 10 on board were declared deceased. The wreckage is currently resting on sea ice that officials described as young and unstable. And heavy snow and winds in the area are expected this weekend. The bodies were the first be recovered. Then the plane will be taken for further analysis, officials said. We don't know how long that's going to take. It could take hours. It could take potentially days. Coming up to tomorrow, we have 18 hours of potential recovery time. Jim West, who is the chief of Nome Volunteer Fire Department, said at a news conference Friday night, citing the ever-changing conditions of the crash site and incoming weather. A winter weather advisory is now in effect until 9 p.m. Sunday, with blowing snow, rain, and mixed precipitation to be expected in Nome and other parts of western Alaska. Some areas may see up to 5 inches of snow, with ice accumulations of around 1/10 of an inch. The NWS said wind gusts as high as 45 mph will be record. The conditions out there are drastic, and we've got to do some safety and fast as we can, he added. Yeah, it's very sad. I mean, besides the Alaskan, hi, Red Dragon. Hello. Welcome. Besides the Alaskan, I think it was DC, and then it was the Philly, and then it was, I think one was in Brazil, one was in the Philippines, and let's see, it was Brazil, the Philippines, DC, Philly, Alaska. I think it was 5. No, I think there was another one, but I think one bumped into the other one, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the Houston one. Okay, the one in Houston, I know that one caught on fire. But they were able to put it out. Nobody was harmed, but yeah. It's so sad. There's too many plane crashes lately. Yeah, we opened 2025 with the New Orleans attack. And now we're barely in February, and we're experiencing a lot of plane crashes, plane malfunctions. It's so sad. But yeah, so all 10 have been recovered. I guess we can play this. I guess 2 of them were identified. Let's see. Give it a second.
A plane that disappeared in Alaska Thursday with 10 people on board has been found. No survivors. Officials have been working to recover remaining. A plane that disappeared in Alaska Thursday with 10 people on board has been found. No survivors. Officials have been working to recover remaining victims and the wreckage in Nome, Alaska, with inclement weather on the way. CNN's Julia Vargas Jones is joining us with the very latest on this. Julia, what do we know about the recovery?
Yeah, Fred, about 34 miles southeast of where that plane was supposed to have landed is where that wreckage was found. In there, those 10 victims, 9 passengers, 1 pilot. Now we're learning the identity of some of those victims, 2 of them. We have Roan Baumgartner, a utility operations technician, and Cameron Hartvigsen, a utility operations specialist. Both of them were working for the Native Tribal Health Consortium of Alaska. They were there to repair, to work on very critical infrastructure for this community in the dead of winter. The organization they worked for saying that they gave the ultimate sacrifice to help the people who needed them so badly. Now, authorities are saying that that recovery was so difficult due to those weather conditions that you were describing. The U.S. Coast Guard saying that they were able to lower 2 rescue swimmers down to where the wreckage was found in order to access that aircraft. 2 of them, 3 individuals in the forward part of the aircraft and the other 7 in the remaining part of the aircraft. They say that is actually inaccessible at this time in those conditions, Fred. They're not really helping. We're seeing that inclement weather, just the slushy snow and winds in this northwest part of Alaska. They said that the severity of the wreckage was beyond the possibility of survival, and that will be their priority now, is to get those 7 bodies out of that wreckage area. Right now, they're expecting inclement weather for the next 24 hours. There is an advisory, winter weather advisory, in effect until 9 p.m. on Sunday, blowing snow, rain, and mixed precipitation, making those efforts even more difficult. Those swimmers have to get down there, Fred, in order to access that rear part of the airplane. So we will be sure to bring you updates as we learn more as how that goes.
So sad. But yeah, that is an update on the Alaskan aircraft. So they found all 10. So like I said, tonight is a whole ramble of true crime. If you were here last night, we got real deep into true crime. Oh, okay, there we go. And Janelle was telling me about some Australian true crime that I didn't even know existed. Last night we talked about the Alaskan plane. We talked about Haley Shanae out of Little Elm, Texas. And then we just rambled on with true crime. So, subscribe. Janelle was telling me some stories from Australia. She told me one of a guy who had like I think over 100 and something like charges. So she recommended me 60 Minutes Australia. I'm only going to show a snippet of it because I don't want to get copyright because YouTube copyrighted me from just showing ABC. So I think this was the video she told me to watch. She sent me a few articles on Discord. Is this it? I think this is the video. So what is it? Drugged her. God dang it. Okay. Drugged by her husband and assaulted by 70 men. Why Giselle Pellicot wants everyone to know what the torture she suffered. Who is this? Okay. Let's see. What is this about?
Giselle did something extraordinary. She's become a hero and an inspiration.
For 10 years, Giselle Pellicot was drugged and brutally raped by her husband.
I really hate you.
And 70 accomplices.
How did your father get away with it for so long? He was a master.
Now, for the first time, inside the family's hidden torment.
When you are a child of both, the perpetrator and the victim.
In a 60 Minutes exclusive, Dominique Pellicot's daughter,
That I was drugged, and probably even worse.
reveals the full extent of his depravity.
Being a rapist is one thing, but being a murderer is another.
It's another dimension.
It's just straight out of a film, Silence of the Lambs or something.
Sunday on 9 and 9 Now.
Did she say 70? 70? Yeah, I think she said 70. What's her name? I want to look her up. Let's find this case. Giselle Pellicot. Yeah, Janelle said down there, from in her words, they are a rare, different breed when it comes to true crime. Let's look up this Giselle Pellicot. Enter. Because that. I think she recommended me one of a priest who had so many charges. Okay, so where is it? The Guardian. Okay, I think The Guardian is a good. Oh my god, I got it. Oh no, this is not her case. Where'd it go? I just had it. Okay, we'll do CNN. Present. Share screen. Okay. Let's see. Giselle's Pellicote's daughter says she suspects her father also drugged her for sexual abuse. I'll never call him dad again. So Carolyn Duran, the daughter of Giselle Pellicote, who sustained years of horrific sexual abuse by her then husband and other men, has described how she's certain her father drugged her and strongly suspects she was raped too. Wait, I know they said the mother was drugged and abused by 70 like different men. So the daughter too? What the? In a wide-range interview with BBC, Darian, age 46, described the mental burden of being the daughter of both victim and perpetrator as she expressed her strong desire for her father to die in prison. A horrifying months-long mass rape and drugging trial that shook France to its core concluded last month with 51 guilty verdicts. Dominique Pellicote and 49 others were found guilty of the great sexual assault of his friend. Those on trial was convicted of the attempt and aggravated copied Pellicote's method. The trial, which has pushed the country to examine a culture struggling with preservative misology and systematic sexual assault, has galvanized women to demand changes in the way it approaches gender-based violence. Darian described receiving a fateful phone call from her mother one evening in November 2020, in which Giselle informed her that her father, now 72, had been drugging Giselle for around 10 years in order to facilitate her rape by different men. At that moment, I lost what was a normal life, Darian told a broadcaster. Darian spoke of how she strongly suspects that she was also a victim of sexual abuse orchestrated by her father. Days after a phone call, Darian herself was called by police and shown images found on Dominique's laptop of herself lying unconscious on a bed wearing only a t-shirt and underwear. Images she didn't immediately recognize herself in. Wait, so not only was the wife abused, so was the daughter? She told the BBC, she told BBC News she knows her father drugged her and surmises she was raped too, but didn't have any evidence. She laminates, and now that the case, and that's the case for how many victims? They are not believed because there's no evidence. They are not listened to, not supported. In court, Dominique maintained he had not abused his daughter. Earlier that day, Darian screamed at him, "I'll never see you again. You'll die alone like a dog," according to media reports. Now she describes her father as one of the worst sexual predators of the 20 or 30 years and has written a book detailing her family's trauma titled "I'll Never Call Him Dad Again." She describes the reality she faced as a terrible burden and can now only view Dominique as the actual criminal he is. The book also explores the concept of chemical submission and the use of drugs to facilitate criminal actions against a person, including sexual abuse. It was the method Dominique used to orchestrate his wife's abuse, offering her unconscious body to strangers online. In December, Dominique received the maximum sentence of 20 years for aggravated rape. 48 other men on trial were found guilty of aggravated rape, with 2 guilty of actual assault. What the? Evidence shows Dominique recruited the men to rape his then wife on the now defunct Coco Fro or Coco.fr, which is a so-called dating site, for years, using the chat room called without her knowledge, where he would exchange pictures of an unconscious Giselle before moving to Skype and text messages to arrange the meetings with his accomplices. What the fuck? Giselle testified that she was completely unaware of her husband's actions over the frequent sedation and actual abuse began to take a physical toll. Her husband accompanied her on several doctor visits, during which she complained about memory loss and pelvic pain, according to court documents. It was only after Dominique was arrested in local supermarket in September 2020 for filming up the skirts of female customers, for which he was convinced that his web of crime came to light. Pellicott received an 8-month suspended prison sentence for his offense. Wisson, investigating the upskirting police officers, confiscated his hard drive, laptop, and phone, and found hundreds of images and videos of Giselle being great, opening one of the worst ex-offense cases in modern French history. What the? So he basically would drug his wife, and then they would go to like this so-called dating thing, and he would take pictures of her unconscious, and then he would just like make her unconscious and have like all these different types of men like do these nasty things to her. That's gross. And then, not even that, the daughter says she was too. I mean, she said they found pictures of her where she was unconscious and laying in bed. This is crazy. Giselle Pellicott, and then this is Darian. That is freaking crazy. Wow. That is so crazy. So that happened, I think, in France, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this one was recommended by Janelle too. Gerard Baden-Clay, mistress tells court he had at least 2 other affairs. So I don't know who this guy is, but I think he did something. We're gonna find out who he is. The former mistress of Jared Baden-Clay, who was accused of unaliving his wife, says he had an affair with at least 2 other women, while one, they were in a relationship. On Tuesday, real estate worker Tony McHugh returned to the witness box in the Supreme Court in Brisbane, where the murder trial of Baden-Clay, 43, has entered its 5th day. On Monday, she detailed her roller coaster 3.5 affair with former real estate Baden-Clay, which ended with his wife, Alison Baden-Clay, vanished in April 2012 and was found unalive 10 days later. Being re-examined by Crown Prosecutor Todd Fuller, McHugh said Baden-Clay had told her in a conversation in December 2011 about affairs with 2 other women. At the time, the father of 3 had just rekindled his relationship with McHugh after a break of several months. He said, "There are some things I need to one day tell you," McHugh said, adding he was referring to the affairs with the other 2 women. One of the affairs occurred when they were not seeing each other, but the other had happened during their secret relationship. Baden-Clay told her it happened when he went to real estate conference in Sydney with 2 other sales members from his real estate practice, and the affair happened with another woman at the conference. McHugh said on the first day of the conference, Baden-Clay talked her into traveling to see him in Sydney. My understanding was that it happened the day before. Earlier, Thierry McHugh insisted under cross-examination that in early 2012 she believed Baden-Clay would leave his marriage for her. Defense barrister Michael Brain said Baden Clay had been promising to leave his wife for years and never act on it. This is reminding me of what's that one case? Lacey Peterson. Because was it Lacey Peterson? Is it Lacey Peterson? The one where is it Lacey? I don't think it's Lacey Peterson. Oh, what's that case where he was having an affair and then he killed the wife? It's not this one, but there's one like similar here in the United States. Is it Lacey? I don't know if it's Lacey. I was expecting it to happen in days. She said, one day you'll expect it. Brain asked. Yes, one day I did expect it to happen. Alison Baden Clay's body was found on a creek bank in Aidstone in Brisbane West on April 30th, 2012, 10 days after her husband reported her missing from their nearby home. Baden Clay has pleaded not guilty to murder. The court was later told Alison Baden Clay complained to a GP about bad mood swings a month before she vanished. Dr. Nicholas Baruch said he first saw the mother of three in May 2011. He said she had complained of feeling of guilt, anxiety, very low mood, and teariness, so he predicted the antidepressant Zolifret. 3 months later, he performed a mental health assessment after his patient said she suspected her husband was having an affair. Alison Baden Clay received a score of 18 of 50. 50 is the highest level of distress. My conclusion was there wasn't significant levels of distress, Baruch told the court. He later added that his overall opinion was that his patient was not a high risk of harming herself. Baruch said Alison Baden Clay returned in October saying her suspicion about her husband has been confirmed, and he doubled her dose of medication. She returned to the practice a final time on March 19, 2012, a month before she vanished, for a routine cancer screening test and complained of bad premenstrual mood swings. Baruch said a colleague treated her that day and she left with the same higher level prescription of antidepressants. A psychologist who saw Baden Clay 3 times in 2010 and 2011 for marriage counseling at his wife's request also gave evidence. Dr. Lawrence Lubston said Baden Clay explored options for the long-term future of the marriage, but things were put on the back burner when the January 2011 floods occurred. The trial continues. So I'm guessing this Baden Clay, is it Gerard? So I'm guessing this Baden Clay dude married his wife and then had an affair, and then he unalived her so he can have the affair. Wasn't there a case like that? I swear. I think, is it not Lacey Peterson? Let me see. Is it not Peterson? Oh, that's a TV show. Wasn't it though? Like, didn't he like, was it Lacey? I don't remember who it was. I know Lacey was pregnant when she went missing. And then I think they found her and the baby. It was. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is giving like Lacey Peterson vibes because he had an affair with somebody. Okay, I knew it had to do with Lacey Peterson. Yeah. I just couldn't think of it. Well, I was thinking of it, but yeah, if you guys don't know about the Lacey Peterson, Lacey Rocha, she doesn't deserve that guy's last name. It was a sad story. I think Netflix has a documentary on it, and I think Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. So if we don't know the Lacey Peterson story, we can talk about it. So in December 24th of 2022, Scott Peterson says that on Christmas Eve morning, he left his pregnant wife alone to go fishing about 90 miles away from the Berkeley Marina. He said that Lacey planned to walk the couple's dog, Mackenzie, and mop the kitchen floor When Scott returned home hours later, he said he found Mackenzie there alone, still wearing a leash, but no sign of Lacey. That evening, Lacey's stepfather called the police to report her missing. Friends, family, and volunteers launched a huge search for Lacey Peterson. Scott Peterson was interviewed by police in the early hours of Christmas Day. Now retired Modesto police detective John Bueller, if I said that right, says Scott didn't seem as interested as one would expect. Oftentimes, the victim who left behind is firing tons of questions at us, and we didn't get any of that from him, Bueller told 48 Hours. Yeah, okay, I knew he had an affair with... So December 30th, 2022, less than a week after Lacey Peterson went missing, Modesto detectives raced over to investigate a intriguing lead. A Fresno massage therapist named Amber Frey revealed she had been dating Scott Peterson for over a month. She told police that Peterson had lied to her and he was single. Former Detective Bueller knows her recall was fantastic and it was almost like it was a script from Hallmark TV show or something. Amber Frey recalled every detail of their romantic dates, down to what they were wearing, hoping for clues that might lead them to the missing woman. Detectives asked Frey to record phone calls between her and Scott Peterson, and she agreed. January 4th of 2003, in an explosive press conference 1 month after Lacey Peterson goes missing, Amber Frey publicly reveals her affair with Scott Peterson. I am very sorry for Lacey's family and the pain that this has caused them, she said, and I pray for her safe return as well. Prior to Frey going public, Peterson had told her in a recorded call that he was in Paris and that he was, but really he was in Modesto while the search for Lacey was on. Eventually, Scott admitted to her, I've lied to you that I've been traveling. Those recorded calls would later become part of a damaging case against Peterson. April 13 and 14 of 2003, 2 bodies were found on the shores of the San Francisco Bay. They were later identified as Lacey Peterson and her unborn child. The 2 bodies were found about a mile apart. I think they were having a boy, if I wasn't mistaken. I think the documentary said he was arrested. This is Scott. April 18 of 2003, authorities caught up with Scott Peterson at a golf course in San Diego and arrested him. Authorities found a wad of cash, his brother's ID card, and multiple cell phones inside the vehicle. Days later, Peterson pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of capital murder. And he went to trial too, right? Yeah, it was like a big trial. June 1st, 2004, Scott Peterson trial begins in San Mateo County, California because of a massive publicity. The trial was moved from Modesto to Redwood City in San Mateo County. The decision was made because the judge decided it would be difficult for Peterson to get a fair trial. A fair trial too close to home where emotions were running high. August 10th of 2004, in what many consider a major turning point of the trial, Amber Frey took the stand for the first time to tell the jury about her relationship with Scott Peterson, a secretly married man, and about all the lies he told her. Frey painted a picture of a dishonest man who could tell falsehoods and ease hurting his credibility. Jurors heard the lies for themselves and those recorded phone calls Frey made. Okay, yeah, they did have a boy. His name was Connor. That's right. So Lacey would have had a baby boy named Connor. What else? November 12th of 2004, Scott Peterson was found guilty of first-degree murder for the death of his wife Lacey and second-degree murder for the death of his unborn son Connor. So 4 months after his conviction, March 16th of 2005, Scott Peterson was sentenced to death. At a press conference, juror number 7, Rochelle Neese, so I think it's her, called Peterson a jerk and commented, San Quentin is your new home, referring to the prison where he would share his sentence. Nice. Oh, it's Nice, not Nice. Nice was nicknamed Strawberry Shortcake during the trial because of her hair color. Why? What's wrong with her hair? Oh, it's red. Hey, I had red hair. Now it's like a purplish, bluish type of hair. After 2 appeals, Scott Peterson's death sentence was overturned by the California Supreme Court after deciding that the original trial judge made a mistake when jurors were picked for trial. The result of that mistake, Peterson's supporters say that the jury was stacked with pro-death penalty jurors. Peterson, shown here in 2008, will now receive a new trial for only the sentence phase. The court upheld his murder conviction. Wait, what? There's people who support him? What the hell? Who would support him? Who's gonna support him? Damn, he killed his wife and kid. Talk about shot. What's the new evidence? There's new evidence? Let's read that. March 7th of 2021, CBS interviewed Scott Peterson's sister-in-law, Janie Peterson, in her quote-unquote war room of evidence she claimed proves his innocence. She claims witnesses saw Laci walking in the neighborhood near the Peterson home after the time Scott said he left for the fishing trip. If that's true, Scott couldn't have unalived Laci. Scott Peterson's attorney explains there's been a lot of criticism because we didn't call some witnesses who saw Laci that day, and that the thought process at the time was that, quote, a number of witnesses who saw her didn't have great memory or were contradicting each other. Retired detective John Bueller says there are no witnesses who saw Laci alive that morning. He says that there were other young women in the neighborhood who were pregnant and looked similar to Laci, and that it would be real easy for somebody to mistakenly see one of those girls as being Laci. Still, Janie Peterson insists that Scott is innocent. What do you think? Do you think, if you know the Laci Peterson or the Laci Rosa case, do you think Scott Peterson, in your opinion, is guilty or not guilty? Let me know in the comments. I know there was the burglary. Of course, they're gonna bring burglary. I think they have like a burglary somewhere in their neighborhood. Perhaps more important to a new defense case is that Janie Peterson believes what actually happened to Laci. She points to a burglary she believes happened on the same day Laci disappeared, right across the street from the Peterson home. Scott Peterson supporters theorized that Laci confronted the burglars and that that ended badly. But police quickly arrested the burglars, Stephen Todd and Donald Pierce, pictured here, in 2003. Oh, god dang it. Who is this? In 2021, Scott Peterson appeared in court remotely for a status hearing on a new death penalty. December 2021, Scott Peterson was resentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the deaths of his wife and unborn child. 2024, the Los Angeles Innocent Project took up Peterson's fight for a new trial. Since then, a California judge has granted his defense team access to previously undisclosed evidence as well as permission to do additional DNA testing. Peterson and his supporters maintain the wrong man is in prison for Laci and Connor's death. According to Detective Bueller, well, I guess it's possible, but there's still people that believe the earth is flat too. What do you guys say? Oh, you're talking about the 70. Guilty? You believe he's guilty? In my opinion, I don't know. I think he is. In my opinion, I think he's guilty. It's a whole ramble of true crime. So we're just going like everywhere. We're jumping around. Oh, what the heck? So if you hear like these noises, there's a raccoon or a possum that climbs my roof and he makes noise on the top of my roof. So if you hear a boom, that's the raccoon or the possum. I think it's the possum. It's one of the two. I've been trying to catch it. I can't catch it. This one is from, I think Janelle told me about this one. Kelly Lane. So the no body, no parole, infamous baby killer to remain in prison. Convicted baby killer Kelly Lane has failed in her parole bid after spending more than 13 years behind bars for the murder of her daughter, Tegan. The resounding decision marks a major test of NSW no body, no parole laws introduced 2 years ago. In 2010, a jury found Lane, now 49, guilty of the newborn's murder. She was sentenced to a maximum of 18 years jail, but was made eligible for parole in May this year. Lane, a former champion water polo player, gave birth to Tegan in Sydney Auburn Hospital on September 12, 1996, and was discharged with her daughter 2 days later. In 1995, Lane gives birth in secret and adopts out the baby. September 1996, she gives birth to Tegan. In 1999, Lane gives birth to her third child, who is also adopted out. 2001, she gives birth again, but this time Lane keeps the child. And in 2001, Lane is interviewed for the first time by Manly police about Tegan's whereabouts. 2023. 2003, Lane is again interviewed by Manly police. 2006, a inquest into Tegan Lane concludes that she is unalived and the matter is referred to Unsolved Homicide Squad. 2009, Lane is charged with murdering Tegan. December 2010, a Supreme Court jury finds Lane guilty of the murder of Tegan. 2011, in April, Lane is sentenced to 18 years jail with a non-parole period of 13 years and 5 months, backdated to December. Former Supreme Court Justice Anthony Wheely, if I'm saying that right, determined by the time Lane had returned to her parents' home in Fright Lake that afternoon, she had murdered Tegan and disposed of her body. Lane has maintained her innocence, insisting she gave the child to her father, a man named Andrew Norris or Morris. I must reject this explanation, Justice Wheely said in his 2011 decision. I accept, as I am bound to do by the jury's verdict, and that the offender deliberately and intentionally caused the death of Tegan. NSW, introduced as no body, no parole laws, is responded to the landmark murder trial of former Sydney teacher Chris Dawson, who was convicted of killing his wife Lynn 40 years ago. Under the laws, prisoners will not be granted parole if they refuse to reveal the location of their victim's body or have been found to not have cooperated satisfactorily with the locating of the remains of the victim. In a statement, the NSW State Patrol Authority, SPA, said that it was not satisfied that Lane had cooperated satisfactorily in police investigations or in other actions to identify the location of Tegan's remains. The offender has provided no information regarding Tegan's whereabouts since being sentenced. Parole attorney Chair Gayoff? I'm going to call him G. Bowell said, what did he say? Wait, where'd it go? Jesus. You see how my computer just said whoop. God dang it. I lost it. Okay, there we go. In the authorities' view, the verdict of the jury, the acceptance of the Crown case, and rejection of the offender's case, which are reflected in that verdict, and the findings of the sentencing judge, which are consistent with such verdict, constitute information going to the issue of the offender's capacity to provide cooperation. Lane's legal team says she was not in a position to provide assistance to police in locating Tegan's remains. They told the SPA at this stage she urges that the authorities hold a hearing to have her properly ventilated, and upon setting them the matter down for hearing. The offender seeks that all documentation relevant to the authorities' consideration to be provided to the offender. Lane was sent back to prison over an alleged incident in late February while on day release. It was revealed in August last year she had been moved to a transitional center and was working as a milk processing plant, or at a milk processing plant, and had recently been working in the community during the day, but was allegedly caught with a mobile phone, which landed her in Silverwater Women's Prison. How the hell did they get a phone in there? So she had, okay, how many kids does she have? So 95, she has a kid, right, in secret. Then she adopts that baby out. A year later, she has Tegan, so she has one that she had like one that was living with her, but she had 2 kids. 99, she gives birth to a third child, adopts that child out. 01, she gives birth again, but she keeps the child. So with her, she had 2, but at this time she had 4. So she had 4 kids. She gave 2 to adoption, and she kept the other 2. So it was Tegan and her sibling. Wow, that's crazy. What is that other one? If Alexander Brothers raped more than 60 women? What the? Janelle, if you're in here, what the hell? Is this from? Where is this from? Oh, this is here from. This is here in New York, no? Manhattan is in New York. All three, there's 3 of them. All 3 Alexander brothers are pleading not guilty after prosecutors accused the trio of raping more than 60 women. Luxury real estate brokers Tal, 38, and Orwin, 37, once featured on the TV show $1 Million Listing, were arrested in Miami alongside his brother Alon, 37, on federal traffic charges in December. Wait, are they those guys who'd like fix up homes, like the TV show? What the? I didn't know about this. The brothers arrived together at court in Manhattan on Friday to enter their plea. In their indictment, prosecutors said that for over a decade, all 3 worked together to, quote, repeatedly and violently drug, actual assault, and rape dozens of victims. What the hell? Orrin Alexander pleaded not guilty today because he is innocent, as a polygraph examination has already revealed. Yeah, but I don't think they'd let polygraph tests in court. Like, I think it's inadmissible, no? No. My mind went blank. Hang on. My mind went blank. What is this? Who be liking my pictures? Sorry. Somebody was... Sorry. My phone was going off. I told people I'm live streaming. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. And my phone, I don't know if it doesn't cooperate with Do Not Disturb. And I get messages and calls. I'm like, I'm live streaming. No, they don't, right? Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. I didn't know they did that. Like, I mean, what the hell? I mean, what the? I'm still in shock. I never heard about this. Why am I barely hearing about this? When did this happen? When was this? Friday, February 7th, 2025. This happened recently? So, like, last year? Into 2023? Because it said December. What the heck? So Orrin looks forward to further establishing his innocence. An attorney for Alon said his client's innocence had been corroborated by a lie detector test. Prosecutors indicted they would file more charges after claiming that more than 60 women were raped by at least one of the Alexanders. Prosecutor Elizabeth Espinosa said the office had surfaced a substantial amount of evidence from alleged victims and the trio devices' social media accounts and iCloud data. In January, one of the prosecutors said the investigation found hard drives in Tal's closet that had a large quantity of actual eclipse videos and photos featuring the three men with drunk and naked women who prosecutors said were unaware they were being filmed. So they had the freaking evidence with they cannot say they're not guilty. They had the freaking evidence with them. They had videos and photos. Prosecutors have said the alleged crimes dated back to the men were teens. Yeah, put them under the jail. So, prosecutors have said the alleged crimes dated back to when the men were teens. What the hell? And they had like a big TV show, no? I mean, Evidence from the investigation, including multiple victims and witness accounts, shows that the Alexander brothers began engaging in acts of sexual violence, including gang rapes, while in high school in Miami, Florida, prosecutors wrote in December. What the actual F? The trial is scheduled for next January, and the next hearing is scheduled for July. If convicted, the brothers can face 15 to life in prison. Give them life. What the hell? Since they were teens? That's so freaking sick. Yeah, that's sick. Dang. Well, if they go to trial, I want to stream it. Excuse me. So the next case, we're just going through different true crime cases. Some of these will be potential. We come do a whole stream. The brothers is one. They said they have trial. I want to see their trial. These fucking disgustings. Another one is this one. This one, reading it, it broke my heart because it involves like babies. Despicable daycare workers accused of shocking abuse of multiple infants. I can't read big words sometimes. Excuse my trying. 2 daycare workers in Minnesota have been arrested after they were allegedly caught on surveillance footage severely abusing young children in their care, violently flipping infants, and fracturing at least one baby's leg. Elizabeth Augusta Wimmerslage, 22, and Chloe Kane Johnson, 24, were taken into custody on Thursday and charged with 3 counts each of malicious punishment of a child and 1 count each of third-degree assault of a victim under the age of 4. Records revealed by Law and Crime. Officers with the Blaine Police Department began looking into the Small World Learning Center in the 1300 block of Paul Parkway Northeast on July 16th after personnel with the Minneapolis Children's Hospital contacted the center regarding a 5-month-old infant with suspicious bruising on her thigh. St. Paul, Minnesota, ABC affidavit KSTP reported. Oh my God. Detectives with the Blaine Police Department interviewed the victim parents who said they picked up their child from the daycare center and they noticed the child had suffered fresh bruising. They contacted the establishment to inquire. Someone at the daycare told the parent that the child's bruises might be from the chair or swing in the immobile infant room. Minneapolis Fox affiliate reported. An individual interview with police, both Johnson and Wimmerslag allegedly gave similar explanations, blaming the daycare's chair and swings for the injuries. No. Yeah. Oh, hell no. No. Chairs and swings do not give fresh bruises. No. I mean, they'll give you like... No, I mean, I don't even think a chair would. However, surveillance footage from inside the facility undercut both the defendants' claims. Johnson is allegedly seen on the video as she grabs one infant by the upper thighs, hip, and groin area and violently flips the baby back and forth from her stomach to her back. Police reportedly wrote in the probable cause affidavit filed in Anacoa County District Court. The infant's arms are failing outwards and her body is consistently rigid as her face contacts the floor mat repeatedly as she's being flipped and her head is unsupported. What the fuck? Though the video does not have audio, police reportedly said that the infant appears to be screaming with her mouth open as this is happening, and Wimmerslag was allegedly watching. What the hell? What's going on here? In another instance, Johnson allegedly roughly picks up an infant and can be seen holding a cloth over the second infant's mouth for several seconds while the infant is crying. What the fuck? Oh my god. Footage also allegedly shows Wimmerslag violently picking up another infant's arm and picking up another infant by their arms and aggressively moving the baby across the floor mat. And she then allegedly grabs the first infant by the leg and aggressively drags the baby to her before she slams the infant into the pillow. What the fuck? Police reportedly said that none of the child victims appeared to be able to walk or crawl on their own. Oh my god. In a statement to the Tribune, Wayne Police Captain Mark Boomerbaum referred to the allegations against the two women were shocking. Most parents drop their children off at daycare centers believing that their child will be safe, and especially since there is usually more than one care provider watching their child at any given time. The captain reads, in this case, we found two workers working together with infants, both aggressively abusing children. Wimmerslag and Johnson were both released on bond one day after they arrest. Fuck no, they better be in fucking jail. How do you... Excuse me. How... They were released on bond one day after their arrest? No, keep them in there. Let them rot. You know what? They should do them the way they did these infants. Like, grab them by the arm and hit them. And, you know, parents of the 5-month-old child balk at the notion of the accused abusers being free. 2 daycare workers were caught on camera abusing infants at Small World Learning Center in Bain, Minnesota, and our 5-month-old son was one of them. Cody Peck wrote on Facebook, in a Facebook post, he received scratches and bruises all over his body and suffered a fractured leg from their abuse. The despicable humans that did this were arrested on Thursday, but were already out on bail. Please share this post so that when the world knows that what these evil beings did. What the hell? This was published in 2024. So are they still out? Let the parent get in a room alone with them for 5. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I'm angry. Mama Bear would come out for sure. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Look at these. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, okay, who's this? This has to be that one chick, Elizabeth, right? She looks like she's a fucking wrestler right there. Like, she looks fucking big. They're huge compared to these little infants. Like, what the hell? Who let them even work at a daycare center? Like, I thought they would have to get evaluated and stuff. But then again, there's a lot of cases that come out of daycare centers. So, I mean, yeah. How could anyone harm a child? Exactly. It's so sad. These poor babies. So I have another one. Now, if you have a case you want me to read tonight, yes, I'd like to know their background. Me too. I want to know their background. I'm going to look more into this case. This case we're definitely 100% coming back to. We're coming back to this case. Just need to let out. I didn't. Hold on. Sorry. Somebody was texting me. I'm definitely 100% coming back to this case. I'm going to do a FOIA. I want the affidavit on this. I need to know if these two shit faces are out walking free. Is there like if they're out walking free, they need to go back in jail. Don't let them out. I mean, they did all these things to these little babies. I'd love to know more about this case. I hope they get the book thrown at them. Me too. We're going to do a live just on this case. So I have this one. Dawn Marie talked about it, or she shared it on her Discord link. Can you do exclamation Dawn Marie? Tiff. We all know our lovely Dawn Marie. Nightbot, if you may please, can you please post? There it is. Subscribe to our favorite New York gal, Dawn Marie. Here's her link to her channel. If she's in here, this case, she talked about this case on her Discord. So I said, let me talk about it tonight. If you have any cases you want me to talk about tonight, send it to my Discord and I can talk about it and read the article like Janelle and Dawn Marie did. Janelle did sent some good cases. Last night we talked about one. She sent me one of a priest who did like all these crimes. I couldn't find a news article. I know if I read a Wikipedia page, I think YouTube will copyright strike me. So I'm going to have to find a news article on that priest one so I could talk about it. Uh-oh. Did my mic die? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what? Let me take it off. Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, you can. I see it moving. I have a little mic and I charged it and it died. I need to upgrade. So this one is a mother allegedly beat son to death while with an extension cord. Boy suffered 1,172 injuries. Her name is Danae Young. Allegedly told police she lost count of how many times she hit her son. A Seattle mother is charged with murdering her son after authorities allege she beat her son to death with an extension cord. Authorities allege that Danae Young hit her son because she believed he had not completed his chores. So she thought it was okay to beat her son because he didn't finish his chores. Are you fucking kidding me? According to reports of KIRO King 5 in the Seattle Times, which cite a police affidavit citing the medical examiner, the outlets reported that Young's 14-year-old son suffered 1,172 injuries as a result of beating before his eventual death on January 30th. King 5 reports that the medical examiner believes the teen died as a result of sudden inflammatory response syndrome, which is when the body sends too much blood to different injuries and that it can't support the heart. Oh my God. Excuse me. KRO and the Times citing the affidavit all report that Youngs allegedly told police she lost count of how many times she hit her son. During the alleged fatal beating, police said that the teen's 3 siblings were home at this time. KIRO reported Young is charged with second-degree murder in connection with her son. It is not immediately clear if she has retained an attorney or entered a plea. And here is the Child Help National Abuse Hotline. I do have this in my Discord and resources in case. But, I mean, your son didn't finish his chore, so you decided to beat him and cause him 1,172 injuries. It's very, You'll be right back? Okay, we'll be here. It's very, you know? Let me, hang on, guys. Ooh. I have all these notifications and I got to. Okay, hold on. God dang. Okay. Yeah, can you hear me? Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can. Anyways, so he didn't finish his chores, so you decided to beat him and give him 1,172 injuries for not doing his chores. No, there's so many ways besides beating your child, and she unalived her kid. So I mean, you could have grounded him. You could have taken away his phone. There's so many other options where you don't beat your kid and where you don't sadly unalive him. What the hell? Who is this? Denea? That's her name, right? Denaya Young? I mean, Denaya, what the hell? You could have, like I said, you could have taken his phone away. You could have grounded him. You could have told him no TV privileges. There is other options without harming or touching your kid. You could have used for not doing his chores or for not finishing his chores. Like, what the hell? I don't even know. So another case, I actually found this one on TikTok. This is, let me take this ad off. So I found this one on TikTok. I had to do my research because sometimes you can't trust TikTok things. But this was on TikTok, and apparently they were putting all over TikTok, allegedly, that a mother sold her baby to a bunch of pedos. So I had to look it up myself, and I needed to know what happened to this baby because sometimes TikTok lies. So a 17-month-old baby died following a child abuse case in Bell County. On July 28th, a little girl showed up at the Middlesboro AHR hospital with severe injuries. However, the child was flown out to East Tennessee Children's Hospital in Knoxville due to the extent of her injuries. Officials said medical staff tried stabilizing the baby, but she did not survive. She passed away on Sunday. The baby's family remembers her family. She was an angel, and everyone loved her. And said family member Jamie Swanigan. Officials said they have never seen a case of abuse this severe in a child this young. This is one of the most severe cases of abuse, specifically because the baby was 17 months old, said Commonwealth attorney Lisa Fugate. Actually, I think baby Brianna is another one. I think baby Brianna was 5 months old. when she ultimately and sadly passed away. After the girl's death, MPH began investigating who was responsible for the child's death. Officers interviewed the child's mother, Erica Lawson, 21, of Mount Vernon, who was arrested in connection of the incident. Hang on. What is going on that everybody is... Okay. Okay. Police said a family member reported the child was abused in early July. There was a report made earlier. The uncle contacted us and said we could never find the kid. The uncle did not know where the kid was at this time, said Police Chief P.D. Gilbert. MPHD officials said they expect to make another arrest in the case soon. Lawson is charged with manslaughter, failure to report child abuse, and criminal abuse, and weight and endangerments. So there's another. So apparently they might arrest somebody. Who are they arresting besides the mother? Next one is not a shoe. It had a commercial for a shoe. So I have this one. It's a baby Gabriel. So, if you don't know about the baby Gabriel case, we'll talk about it right now in this article. But baby Gabriel apparently came here to San Antonio, Texas, in a motel, and his mother, what they think, allegedly sold him to a family. I think to this day she won't say where he is. I don't know, but apparently December of 2024 there is new information that might bring baby Gabriel home. So he disappeared 15 years ago. Elizabeth Johnson, his mother, was the last person to see him alive, according to the SAPD. So where does the investigation to the disappearance of 8-month-old baby Gabriel stand? Since his disappearance, I have investigated this case, including the mistakes made by law enforcement agencies here and in Arizona. For Logan McCurry, his son Gabriel will always remain frozen in time, remembering he was just 8 months old. I think there's a documentary on baby Gabriel. I think it's one of the streaming ones. I think it's Where's Baby Gabriel. So I think from what the dad said was Elizabeth was going through postpartum, and she never really would treat baby Gabriel as a baby. Like, she would leave him with a dirty diaper, hungry, and all these things. And then she came here to San Antonio and sold him. Allegedly, she sold him. And to this day, they're still looking for baby Gabriel. But yeah, it was 2009, the last time Logan held his son in his arms before Gabriel disappeared, and becoming one of San Antonio's enduring mysteries. His mother, Elizabeth Johnson, served time for custodial interference. Elizabeth was the last person to see Gabriel alive, later telling his father that she had unalived their son. When Johnson was arrested in Florida, she told the FBI that the plan had been to give Gabriel up to a couple in a park in San Antonio, and that's what she still says she did. Earlier this year, retired FBI agent Abel Pena participated in a documentary that investigated Gabriel's disappearance, shedding a new light on the case. We made a couple of trips to Arizona. I met with a person who was very interested in talking to us about baby Gabriel. Pena, who is the managing director of the nonprofit project Abscessus, believes the information he received may hold the key to the child's disappearance. Apparently, this person had a very close relationship with both Robert and Elizabeth Johnson. They convoyed a story vastly different from what was being reported to the press, that that baby Gabriel was put up for adoption or taken by strangers. The story I heard was quite different from that. I can't share the details, but I know police have copies of the interview I conducted and are reviewing it. Revealed the retired FBI agent. This led, like many others over the years, gives the family hope that Gabriel will be found alive. I want him to know that his dad and whole family would never give up looking for him, said Sandy Peters. Peters is Gabriel's great aunt and has been helping the child's father search for Gabriel for 15 years. I think there's a possibility he may no longer be with us, but I just can't understand how she could have a baby one day and not the next and face no consequences. I've spoken with the SAPD many times asking how can this happen without charges. Peters believed the Attorney General's office, with its resources, could finally bring justice to Gabriel's case. She has contacted the state office but has been unable to get SAPD to invite agencies to assist in the 15-year-old investigation. They said they're more willing to help San Antonio. They've gotten investigators and a budget ready. It is a very generous offer, and I'm hoping it will happen. Despite this offer, the case remains unresolved, leaving loved ones in painful uncertainty, and there are tough times when you don't hear anything for a long time, but you learn to live with it, and we think about Gabriel every day, keeping faith that he's somewhere happy and that someday Logan will see him again, Peters said. Wow. Yeah, so he disappeared back in 2009, I had said. Sorry. Okay. Hang on. Sorry. Let's see. I don't know. Do I have any other? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have any other true crime cases. Yeah, tonight's live was just basically just a ramble of different true crime cases. I was gonna go live tomorrow with the Megan Boswell, but tomorrow's football Sunday, so I'm not gonna go live because I know a lot of you are gonna be watching football. And then I think tomorrow it's Karen Reed. I think I can look that up. I think Karen Reed comes out tomorrow with was it Daniel or Ted Daniel? Let's see. Ted Daniel. I think it comes out after the Super Bowl. It's tomorrow. No, I heard some people talk about it. Let me see. Let me just look up Ted Daniel. Ted Daniel. Oh. I think it's tomorrow. I've heard some people talk about it. I don't know. If it is, let me know down in the comments. But I think somebody said it's tomorrow after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl starts at 6:30, 5:30? 5:30 my time in Texas. I think 6:30 New York time. So it's supposed to come out after, I think, 10:30, 11, because Super Bowl is usually like kind of long. So a lot of people are going to be doing that. And then a lot of people are probably going to sleep because Monday, literally the next day is Monday. I work Mondays, so I know I'll be asleep. Some aren't. I know they're giving Monday. I know here in Texas, they're giving Monday a holiday for everyone to recover from the Super Bowl. But I still got to work. What the hell? Let me change the style of my background. Can I? I cannot. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, I like this color. There we go. That's a pretty color. Probably around. If you haven't already, subscribe to OB. She's the best. Can you please put OB's live, please, Tiff? Like her channel. I think she's having a live tonight. I missed her live the other day. I was so sad. I was like, no, I missed your live. I was sick, so I literally did a live stream and then I got like really sick. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep. There we go. Yay. So if you haven't, subscribe to Oblivious Benson, OB, aka Dad. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Dawn Marie. Who else? I know there was somebody else here that has a channel. Tiff, I don't remember. Janelle, that's right, Janelle. Hang on, I don't think Tiff follows Janelle. Let me find it on my account. I have Janelle. God dang it, I hate when there's ads. Janelle. There we are. Share, copy link. Where's my live? Where is my live? I always lose myself. I know I'm live. Okay, I'm gonna put Janelle's state because Tiff doesn't have Janelle. Tiff should have Janelle. Tiff follows everybody. Did you get it, Tiff? Very cool. There we go. Yeah, subscribe to Janelle. Oh, let me put her up. Janelle. OB and Dawn Marie. I need to make my exclamations for them. Remind me, Tiff. I need to do that. Duty Ron. Subscribe to Duty Ron. I actually am going to message him probably this week coming up regarding the Haley Shanae case. So if you weren't here last night, we talked about Haley Shanae. So I'm going to talk about Haley Shanae again. Probably sometime this week. I do want to get Duty Ron's intake on what he thinks about Haley Shanae's case. It's weird to me how there's no news articles on Haley. I literally just found her obituary and the justice page for Haley. It's on my Discord if you guys want to look at it. But yeah, it's very weird to me how there's no news articles on it. And all the mysteries and rabbit hole we fell down last night, crazy. So I want to see what Duty Ron and Ed think about that case. I'm going to have to get in contact with that justice page to have the information. I mean, if they say no, I can just do a FOIA request. So, yeah. Oh, did I do my disclaimer? I didn't do my disclaimer. It's okay. I'm about to end this live. I'll just still do it. Everything I say is all alleged, and in my opinion, I get my resources from trusted news articles, trusted sources, and links. I'm not responsible for anyone else's actions, comments, or opinions. So yeah, I do this like super late. I always forget to do my disclaimer. Dang it. It's okay. Yeah, I'm about to end it too. We're at like in an hour 30. It's Saturday night. Hopefully everybody's having a good night and safe. Tonight was really not a set case podcast. We were just talking about the different cases that happened. But if you have any other cases you want me to talk about, you're more than welcome to send it to my Discord. Can you please do !Discord one more time, my mod? And if you don't know, I do have a TikTok and Instagram just for my channel. If you're not on TikTok, on Instagram, it's okay. You can join my Discord. I'm on Discord. Nightbot's gonna take a while to send it. Can you do Insta, please? I know you're doing all of them. So I do have a Discord. Join my Discord. Here's the link. It's also in my About Me description. So is my TikTok, and so is the Instagram. What else before I end this live? I do have an email. If you want to send me a case or anything you want me to talk about, here's my email. You can find it in my About Me description. I'll talk about any and every case you want me to talk about. Just send me, if it's a personal case about you or about someone you know, send me the information and I can talk about it. I can keep you anonymous or that person anonymous. I will not say their name. What else? Sorry. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, I can talk about that topic. But yeah, there's my email. There's my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Discord link server. Feel free to join them. Feel free to message me. If you just need someone to talk to, I'm here. Tiffany's here. She has her own little section on Discord. It's called Contact a Mod. You can go in there, and if you have a problem with the live stream or with somebody in the live, you can message her and be like, yo, keep an eye on this person. Tiffany has the green light to ban or kick anybody out from Discord or from the live. So if you have an issue, if someone's bullying you, or if it's a troll who's trolling you around, let her know. She has the green light. She knows. Because I did have somebody in my live actually have a troll follow her around, and they found me. They found her here in my channel, and they were like harassing her, and Tiff kicked them out. But yeah, I think that's it. Well, I think that's it. No, Tiff? Let me see. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my replay crew. Let me know what you think about those cases. I definitely want to come back to the one of the two daycare workers who abused those infants. And then I do want to come back to the three brothers that had that TV show. We're going to do a live on that. Next live was supposed to be Megan, but I have to move it. Next one is Vanessa Guillen. So if you don't know who Vanessa Guillen is, tune into that live. We're going to deep dive into the Vanessa Guillen case. And then after Vanessa Guillen, it is Gabriel Fernandez. And then I think I'll squeeze in Megan Boswell right after Gabriel Fernandez. I do advise you, Gabriel Fernandez is a very heavy, major trigger warning and viewer discretion is advised podcast. You're more than welcome to exit the live. You don't have to tell me you're leaving. It upsetted me and it made me cry hearing what happened to Gabriel. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. I think that's all I have for you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. It'll probably be Tuesday. Tuesday we'll come back and we'll do a live. Enjoy your Saturday night. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy your Monday. Be safe. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll probably do a live around 9:30ish. If I can go early, I'll go early. I was able to go early today. I'm usually on around 10 or 11 because, like I said, I'm busy during the day and then my dogs bark up a storm. So Tuesday we'll do 8:30. I'll try to do 8:30ish on Tuesday. We'll talk about Vanessa Guillen. And then after that, it's Gabriel Fernandez. So yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you all for being here. We're going on an hour 30. And yeah, I will see you guys Tuesday. Bye, guys.